My name is Marina Hernandez, and this is my EDUC 526 Capstone video. As far back as I remember, since I was a very young child, I always wanted to become a teacher. From a very young age, I was certain that teaching was my calling. Even though in my lifelong journey, I decided to get married right after high school, have children and start a family, I always hold on to my personal desire of becoming an educator. In the midst of reaching my goal, with all the responsibilities a family entitles, and with not being in school for so long, I committed myself into finding the right place that would prepare me to become the knowledgeable, caring, and successful teacher I always dreamed of. After a short year and a half back in school, I obtained a double associate's degree from Victor Valley Community College. I then decided to transfer into the CAPS program with Azusa Pacific University, and that is when my road towards becoming a professional educator began. In the fall of 2011, I received my Bachelor's of Arts in Human Development, and right after, I chose to continue my education by enrolling in the Master's of Arts in Education, with the emphasis in digital teaching and learning and multiple subject credential combo. Although my initial choice for Azusa Pacific University was because of its PACE program and my interest in a Christian perspective point of view, I was a bit hesitant about my master's program choice. One thing I was certain of was that I wanted to teach, and I needed to supply the demands of today's students in a professional and engaging manner. And I could have not chosen a better way to supply all of those needs. The coursework in the program provided me the tools necessary to achieve a professional and successful teaching environment in today's demanding classroom. The digital teaching and learning program was the right place to achieve all my professional goals. For my action research, I decided to target misspelled words. I opted for a resolution on this topic based on my personal struggles with spelling. In my late education, I have learned that during my primary years in the education system, I have become a victim of the lack of some language foundations. The constant issue has placed me on a stage to become familiar with personal common misspelled words. Implementing an encoding approach through the process of association from registered information and then modifying that information will increase spelling accuracy. The study will determine if the process will result in achieving growth in a list of common misspelled words. The first step in my plan was to create an initial word list of common misspelled words, and in order to do so, I performed a self-assessment and picked words that were misspelled more frequently during a period of 5 days, words that were misspelled more than once. Then I began the implementation of strategies. The first thing I did was recalling words from memory, and considering my learning style, I decided to elaborate the process of recalling these words by repetition. One of the methods I use is what I like to call recall by association. It allows me to elaborate. Being that I am a second language learner and I often misspell words thinking I'm writing them in my native language, I decided during this process to incorporate my native language in a positive manner. I associated words from my native language into the English language to help me remember and recall words from memory. Then I did repetition process that allowed me to reinforce those words. Next, I focused on writing the words by using sound-letter relationship, and one of the things that I worked on was consonant blends and incorporating phonemic awareness by applying sound categories. For instance, the word purple does not fit in with pet and lake based on sound relationship. Then, based on the steps already implemented, I simply applied the next step of writing the words, then checking to see if it looks right. The last step I used was to make analogies, and in order to do so, I decided to create a chart that will help me practice and familiarize words. As part of my ending results, I found that the biggest and most beneficial method was repetition. The more I was exposed to the word, the better I got at spelling it properly. I believe that this is an essential for success. I also believe that proper spelling development requires a systematic step-by-step process, and it should be implemented carefully. I decided to do my unit in writing because I believe that writing is the solid foundation that students need in order to succeed in their future English development. And incorporating the proper tools is the key element that will enable students to become true scholars. My goal for this unit is for students to properly construct paragraphs using the proper elements is a tool that all students must possess. Throughout their education, students will be required to formulate pieces of writing, and they will be asked to show good organization skills. This unit content will provide the foundation that students need to enhance their education path in writing. Let's take a look at the writing process in this curriculum unit. The subject in this unit is writing, and it has been designed for implementation in a third grade classroom. It ties in three main concepts: content, cognitive, and technology. The content in this unit comes from the California State Standard. Students will learn to organize, focus, and create a single paragraph by developing a topic sentence and including supporting details. Students will also understand the structure of various reference materials such as thesaurus, atlas, and dictionaries. And they will revise drafts to improve the coherence and logical progression of ideas. Technology is essential in this unit. Based on the education technology standards for students, students will be able to demonstrate creativity, thinking, apply new ideas, create, and use it to demonstrate their learning. This unit has been created in such a way that uses Hayward Gardner's theory of A multiple intelligence, allowing teachers to cover a wide range of cognitive abilities that each student possesses in order to maximize student learning through activities and lessons that will help them learn best. And as part of this learning process, educators are responsible to monitor and assess student understanding of the construction of a paragraph in a timely manner. In this unit, considering the different learning styles, applying the hamburger step-by-step process, and providing students with the proper resources, we can be certain that true scholars will emerge to our evolving world.